My name is Gary White. I'm the Chief Planner of the Department of Planning Environment. We live in a world that's changing incredibly fast. I've been in planning for over 40 years and I haven't noticed the scale of disruptors and changes which we're seeing at the moment. Things that happen in the broader world influence local communities. The planning conversation that we'll be having is how do we select the parts of the change process that align to the way we think. There's terminology used called megatrends, issues to do with health and ageing, to do with digital disruption, biodiversity changing, and a whole range of other factors. That change translates down to a local authority area. And the purpose of us having the discussions here is to have us, in consultation with the community, work out those issues that are going to be particular challenges to us around climate change, around housing, around the new jobs geography, and how we will do the planning in this part of the world in collaboration between government and council to work towards the aspirations of this community going forward. LSPS, it's one of those planning jargon terms that we in the planning fraternity use, but it's Local Strategic Planning Statement, and it's a conversation of what this council envisages this part of Sydney to look like in 20 years' time. We clearly want to get the message through that change is occurring, and it's not that the government or the council are making those choices, it's the nature of change happening. So by putting forward a planning document like an LSPS, we start to write that script of how that change is envisaged to occur. By having this type of plan, you cast the net, you participate going forward, you craft the conversation. Councils, decision-making people will be able to align themselves to the direction that you've chosen as opposed to reacting to this change that occurs on a daily basis. And this is Council's story on behalf of this community as to how it will be handling the change contemplated for this area. It's an opportunity being presented by planning legislation New South Wales to allow an expression of locality and localness to be put through the processes going forward. Our state government has to be mindful that it's planning for a metropolitan area in the Sydney Basin and that this is part of that metropolitan area. Those issues will be done hand in glove with the councils, and that's the way the Commission has been working with councils to see how their local strategic planning statements fit in and give effect to the broader conversation which is coming out of the state government. It is an absolute opportunity to be bold. It's an opportunity for this community to tell its story in a particular way. My thoughts on this part of Sydney, it's ever so special. I mean, this is a part of Sydney that's known not only to the people of Sydney themselves, but it's known by people in other parts of the world. And what we mustn't forget is the people that call this part of Sydney home, this very special part of Sydney. The ocean on one side and the inland waterways and the national parks on the other side. Can't get much better than that, it's very special.